regular meeting of the Morganton City Council, May the 2nd, 2022 to order. I'll ask Councilman Chris Hawkins if he'll lead us in the pledge. If you'll please stand.
Please stand.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May be seated.
Yes, there was no one signed up for public comment, so we're straight into the business session tonight. I'd like to call on Chaplain Francisco Rizzo with the UNC Health Blue Ridge to lead our invocation, please.
Thank you, council members. I offer to you at the beginning of this meeting a prayer on the call to service. A Sufi parable states, "As the seeker prayed, along past him came the crippled and the beggar and the beaten. And seeing them, he cried, 'Great God, how is it that a loving creator can see such things and yet do nothing about them?' God said, 'I did do something. I made you.'" In the opening chapters of the book of Genesis, our scripture tells us of the work of God that is creation. With tenderness and care, day after day, God labors to bring forth the earth and all that is in it. On the last day of creation, God takes one creature from amidst the rest and breathes into this being God's very own breath, God's very own life. This creature, scripture tells us, is formed in God's very own image and likeness. This creature is called to participate with God in the ongoing work of creation. This creature has a most special role in the universe. This creature is a worker. Workers are called to pursue justice. In the Catholic tradition, work is not a burden. Work is a way of supporting our family, realizing our dignity, promoting the common good, and participating in God's creation. Decisions made at work can make important contributions to an ethic of justice. People of faith have the often difficult responsibility of choosing between competing values in the workplace. This is a measure of holiness. When considering the great dignity and call of the human person, our ancestors in the faith were moved to marvel. Let us hear in their timeless words of praise from Psalm 8. "O Lord, our sovereign, how majestic is your name in all the earth. When I look at your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you have established, what are human beings that you are mindful of them? Mortals that you care for them. Yet you have made them a little lower than God and crowned them with glory and honor. You have given them dominion over the works of your hands. You have put all things under their feet. O Lord, our sovereign, how majestic is your name in all the earth." Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Rizzo. Next, I'd like to introduce City Council. To my far right, Wendy Cato, Mayor Pro Tem, Chris Jernigan, City Council, Louis Vina, our City Attorney. I'm Ronnie Thompson, your Mayor, Sally Sandy, our City Manager, Butch McSwain, City Council, Chris Hawkins, City Council, and Renee Carswell, Recording Secretary. Our interpreters for the deaf community, Danette Stillman Bridges and Ernest Williams IV tonight. Our first order of business is a retirement resolution. I'd like to read that resolution, please. It's honoring Mary Kay Duckworth. Whereas Mary Kay Duckworth was employed by the City of Morganton as a part-time concession stand worker in the Recreation Department on April 21st, 1986, and displaying initiative and hard work with willingness to take on greater responsibility, was promoted to the position of concessions coordinator in the Recreation Department on June 24th, 2017. Whereas Mary Kay Duckworth has faithfully served and given of her time and effort for the benefit of the citizens of Morganton for approximately 40 years, and whereas during her tenure, Mary Kay Duckworth consistently displayed unmatched commitment to the city, being an outstanding example of teamwork, a model of organization, and possessing a whatever-it-takes attitude, all the while wearing a bright smile and sharing her warm spirit. And whereas Mary Kay Duckworth retired from the City of Morganton as Concessions Coordinator, Recreation Department on May 1st, 2022, and whereas the Morganton City Council wishes to officially recognize the contributions of Mary Kay Duckworth and express their appreciation for a job well done, now therefore be it resolved by the City of Morganton that the mayor present this resolution to Mary Kay Duckworth, adopted this second day of May 2022. Mayor Ronnie Thompson, Sally Sandy, City Manager. Do I have a motion to accept this resolution?
So moved.
Do I have a second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'll ask Councilman Butch McSwain if he'll make that presentation. Mary, if you'll come forward, please.
Mary, I can't begin to tell you what an honor and how happy I am to present this to you. You know, I think about and listen to what the mayor was reading here. One of the hallmarks of this department has been that since 1952, there have been 4 directors, counting the recent changes that we're going through now. Mary's the only person I know that worked for all of them. And an incredible number of field supervisors, athletic directors, and other people who were happy to have her having our back. I'll put it that way. When you stop and think about going from the Pepsi wagons and the little pop-up tents with tables surrounded to the little closet we had down at Shuey, and then building 2 concession stands there, and think about what we have now down at Catawba Meadows. It is incredible what you have been a part of, and really a major factor in developing. So thank you. Even doesn't even begin to say it, but we do love you and thank you very much. And I present this resolution to you, along with, I think, your last paycheck.
Mary, would you like to share a few words with us?
I just want to say thank you, city, for letting me work all these years, for putting up with me through the good times and the hard times. Had the best supervisors to work for that anyone could ever ask for, the best city councilmen that always was there to back me and everything. Words can't express how much I've enjoyed it. I met so many people and brought so many kids up, and they bringing their kids back now, wanting hot dogs and candy, but it's going to be nice to sit back and enjoy life now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mary. A job well done, Mary. Thank you so much. Thank you, Butch. Next on our agenda is a proclamation for National Public Works Week. I'd like to read that proclamation. Whereas public works infrastructure, facilities, and services are of vital importance to the health, safety, economy, and overall well-being of the people of Morganton. And whereas such facilities and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals, engineers, administrators, and other employees representing all levels of government who are responsible for and must plan, design, construct, operate, and maintain the public work facilities essential to serve our citizens. And whereas it is vital that the public understand and appreciate the importance of the jobs performed by the dedicated employees of Public Works, and whereas it is in the public interest for citizens to learn and understand the importance of public works programs such as drinking water, sanitary and storm sewers, streets and highways, public buildings, and solid waste collection and disposal. Whereas the year 2022 marks the 62nd annual National Public Works Week, sponsored by the American Public Works Association and Canadian Public Works Association, be it now resolved, I, Ronnie Thompson, Mayor of the City of Morganton, to hereby designate the week of May 15th through 21st, 2022, as National Public Works Week with the theme of Ready and Resilient. Furthermore, I call upon all citizens in this community to gain knowledge of and maintain a progressive interest in the public works, needs, and programs essential to our everyday lives, and to recognize the daily contributions which public works employees make to ensure our health, safety, comfort, and quality of life. Proclaim this second day of May, 2022. Ronnie Thompson, Mayor, Sally Sandy, City Clerk, City Manager. Do I have a motion to accept this proclamation?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
And
Call-
Michael Chapman is here to receive that.
Michael,
Public Works
Michael Chapman, if
tonight.
you'll come forward. Ask Chris Jernigan if he'll make that presentation.
Brad Boris was unable to be with us tonight for water and sewer.
Now, Michael, I think the proclamation itself really says it all, but as I read it and think about what the mayor was saying, I realize just how little we know about what goes on and how we take it for granted. You know, the water's always running through our taps, the trash is always being picked up, but then one time when it's not, then we recognize, right? And then we want to start calling. That's right. But with this, we're hoping that we can recognize the hard work that you and your employees do every single day to make our lives better.
Appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Michael, would you like to say some words?
I'd just like to say thank you for formally recognizing these folks because they do work hard every day, and they don't always get the recognition, so thanks again.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. I'd like to call on Mayor Pro Tem Wendy Cato for another proclamation.
Beverly, if you'll come on up to here. I was honored to be able to proclaim April 28th with the help of Beverly as Olive Hill Community Day. And it was a really good luncheon that we went to, and I felt that it is important that we do read the proclamation that we have available for them. So whereas in 1998, Olive Hill Community Economic Development Corporation was established as a nonprofit organization in order to be a catalyst to provide economic, educational, and social opportunities for families and small businesses to raise the minority community above the poverty level. And whereas credentialed and skilled staff members have served more than 6,600 people in the Morganton Foothills area, and whereas Olive Hill is recognized for helping local people and families through their darkest times, helping with establishing a home, a safe haven, and sanctuary, all while helping them become who God intended, finding peace, hope, and purpose for the future. And whereas Olive Hill has impacted Morganton Foothills area by providing instruction and/or training of residents to improve and develop financial life and job skills that will benefit the community as a whole. And whereas Olive Hill serves those who are in crisis and shines light by education and opportunity that leads to a hopeful and healthy community. And whereas Olive Hill has been impeccable in providing these residents and groups to own, manage, and operate business enterprises in these economically depressed areas and representing the best of Morganton Foothills area in a faithful and professional manner for 24 years. And whereas the city of Morganton praises Olive Hill for their continuous service to people who need help the most. Now, on behalf of Ronnie Thompson, Mayor of the City of Morganton, I do hereby proclaim that on April 28, 2022, it was Olive Hill Community Economic Development Corporation Day. Proclaimed this day, signed Ronnie Thompson and Sally Sandy, City Manager. And I've got to say, there was, 150 plus in attendance that day, and the testimonies we received from people, not only the people that Olive Hill works for, but the people that they have helped. It made my heart good, and I learned a lot that day. So I appreciate being invited, and thank you for allowing me to read the proclamation tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Beverly, would you like to say some words?
Words cannot even say what that day felt like to us because you turned out. I was surprised to see Chris and Sally and all of those of you that did attend that day. So that showed us that you really care about us. Sometimes we think you don't, but you do, and you recognize the things that we do in this community. We're looking forward to continuing to work with our community to do great things. There's so many things yet to be done, and we anticipate continuing to help the people of our community and generations to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Beverly. Next on our agenda are upcoming events from downtown, and there's a long list. Farmers Market begins weekly through the end of October on Wednesday from 11 to 2 at 111 North Green Street on May 4th, 11th, 18th, and 25th. Saturdays from 8 a.m. to noon at 300 Beach Street on May 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th. The Butterbeans will perform on May 21st, 2022, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at 300 Beach Street. And Cheryl Keever will perform on May 28th from 8 a.m. to noon at 300 Beach Street. Our grand opening and ribbon cutting of the old historic courthouse square, the public tours will begin at 2 o'clock on May 6th. Our TGI summer concert with Earth to Mars, a tribute to Bruno Mars, and the Morganton Motor Club cruise will be from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. on May the 6th. Tuatha Dé on May 13th, Soul Wat May on May 20th, and Marcel Portillo Band on May 27th. That's all. That's for summer concerts. The last of the Mohicans Festival is going to be on the Courthouse Square from 10 to 6 on May 14th, 2022. The Sunday Pops concerts begin the fourth Sundays in May, June, July, August, and September from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock on the old historic Courthouse Square. Jeff Clapp says bring your picnic blankets and chairs for May 22nd on 2022. The North Carolina Supreme Court will be at the old historic courthouse on May 23rd and 24th. Under recreation, the Hall of Fame banquet that tickets will be required will be at the College Street Recreation Center at 6 p.m. on May the 26th, and the outdoor pool opening at the College Street Recreation Center will be May 28th, 29th, and 30th. That's the pool opening. And I believe we have a teaser. If I'll get Chad to pull that video, please. We have some special surprising news.
Baby, I'm aware of where you go. Each time you leave my door, you feel like giving me, and you got the notion. I set the night in motion.
And at this point, I was supposed to have lost 30 pounds and have buff arms. Instead, I'm pretty sure my muffin top just had twins.
It's Fairy Tales on Ice. See your favorite fairy tales come to life on ice. Live in this sensational show the whole family will love. Featuring a modern soundtrack, extravagant costumes, out-of-this-world special effects, and lots of surprises along the way.
All you need is love. All you need is love. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. keeps getting better. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you.
Dolly Parton, that's me, presents 9 to 5, the musical.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living. Barely getting by, it's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy and you let it. What a way to make a living.
Thank you, Chad. And tickets go on sale in June, I believe, Sally?
Yes.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Later in June. Still finalizing some contract.
Great. Looks like a great lineup.
Excellent, Sharon, excellent.
Next on our agenda is the Municipal Power Agency number 1 update. Sally?
Nothing at this time.
We have a consent agenda which consists of 3 items. Sally, if you'll cover those, please.
Those items include minutes from a special meeting for the Parks and Recreation Trust Fund grant application, a regular meeting on April 4th, the update of our records retention policy, and finally, a reimbursement from our insurance carrier for $9,000 for water.
Do any?
No, I'm sorry, not insurance. That was from a private donation for an improvement.
Okay, thank you. Any members of council wish to have any items removed from consent agenda? Not, do I have a motion to accept?
Motion to accept.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Under new business, we have consideration of a budget amendment for electric. Sally?
Yes, so we are bringing to you tonight a budget amendment in the amount of $468,819.72. And that is all for one project. As you know, UNC Healthcare Blue Ridge is in the process of doing a lot of improvements at their campus. And in that process, there's going to be requirements to change, upgrade, and to create new electric service over there. We are ordering equipment, and it has very long lead times, and we really need to get this done, so we're asking for a budget amendment this year. We'll tell you that as a part of this, the customer is contributing $199,838.94, which are for the parts of the project that are specific in request to them over and above standard electric service.
What's the wish of council?
I'll enter a motion to approve a budget amendment in the amount of $468,819.72 to appropriate funding to purchase equipment with long lead times for delivery on materials for the upgrade at UNC Health Blue Ridge, and to receive customer contribution of $199,838.94.
Thank you, Butch. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next on our agenda is consideration, approval, and acceptance of a grant agreement for $15,000. Sally?
Yes, so we have received a $15,000 grant award from the North Carolina Office of State Budget and Management, and that's who's processing the grant. This was actually a grant that was appropriated by the General Assembly, and it is for the purpose of doing some technical and design work for extension of the Greenway.
And I believe we need 2 motions. What's the wish of council?
Approval and acceptance of a grant agreement for $15,000 from the North Carolina Office of the State Budget and Management to be used for planning, design purposes on future Greenway expansion.
Thank you, Wendy. I have a motion. To have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Chris. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. I need a second motion, please.
I'll make a motion to approve a budget amendment to accept grant funds from the OSBM in the amount of $15,000.
Thank you, Butch. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay. Now we're to boards and commissions now.
We are?
Okay. We have a mayoral appointment to the Human Relations Commission. I'm going to appoint Brandon Owens and Gloria Chambers and reappoint Tricia Evans Hunt to the Human Relations Commission for a term to expire May 3rd, 2025. And then we have 30-day notice on vacancies. Sally, should I read all those?
We do, and this is the one where we have a lot of our terms expiring, and would ask folks interested in serving to go to our website or call our office and speak with Renee and get an application. Yes, I think you should.
Okay, we had Board of Adjustment. There are 3 terms expiring, and these are council appointments. The Cable Commission has 1 term expiring and 4 vacancies, or these are council appointments. Community Appearance, we have 3 terms expiring. That's a mayoral appointment. Main Street Advisory, there are 4 terms expiring. There's no vacancies. Mayor's appointment. We have Planning and Zoning with 3 terms expiring. Those are council appointments. Under Recreation Advisory, we have 4 terms expiring and 4 vacancies. Those are council appointments. As Sally said, if you can go to our website, our new website, and get those appointments, we'll be glad to help or see Renee. Is there any other business to come before City Council?
Nope.
That's not on the agenda.
It's okay. It is now.
No, it's not.
No, sir, it is.
We adjourn.
Thank you.
We are not adjourned.